The back and forth between Kamaru Usman and Belal.Muhammad continues. Belal.Muhammad responds to Kamaru Usman, says Usman was protected by the UFC during his title run. Belal's response was hilarious, but let's not act like Usman was not a dominant champ. Belal.Muhammad did not hold back against Colby Covington. Belal dropping 10 sevens lately. Gotta love it. Israel Adesanya wants to know if he is still that dude after a career-long layoff. He is planning to send fans a reminder when he meets Dricus to Plessis in a title fight at UFC 305. Israel Adesanya doubles down on Kamaru Usman's Francis Ngannou and his impact on Dricus to Plessis' career trajectory. Dricus to Plessis not sold on Sean Strickland's title shot chances. Unfortunately for Strickland's hopes, he doesn't see how a win over the Reaper would help prove his worthiness as the top contender. Dricus to Plessis gives his thoughts on the idea of Makhachev moving up to middleweight after Belal.Muhammad refused to fight him for the welterweight title. Chimaev is back and better than ever. Number 1 lightweight contender Arman Tsarukyan provides an update on how Chimaev is looking and expects him to beat Whittaker, earn a title shot and become champion. During Makhachev's recovery, Tsarukyan recently pitched an interim title fight to keep the division active. He listed a few opponents for a potential interim title fight, as you can view here. Cormier, Makhachev's good friend and former teammate, feels an interim title bout is not needed due to Makhachev's recent activity. UFC Hall of Famer Cormier scoffed at Arman Tsarukyan's idea for an interim title fight as Makhachev recovers from injury. Cormier is not a fan of the 12-6 elbow rule being changed. He says it might lead to MMA looking like human cockfighting in the public's eyes. Aspinall sees heavyweight fight with Alex Pereira possible in 2025 has to be for the undisputed title. Dan Hooker on his 10 years competed in the UFC. How has Dan Hooker gonna decide in the UFC with his own special resilience? Mokaev recently shared a photo featuring MMA gloves resembling those used in Brave FC along with a cryptic message. He better go to one championship and he could have the opportunity to fight the greatest of all time, Demetrius Johnson. It would be a better achievement. Former UFC fighter Ben Askren has questioned why Conor McGregor has such a passionate hatred for Khabib Nurmagomedov. Alexander Topuria, brother of UFC featherweight champion Ilia Topuria, has announced that he has signed with the UFC. 4th division boxing champion Terrance Crawford believes Canelo Alvarez is avoiding him. He fires back at Canelo Alvarez over recent comments. Crawford stated that Alvarez has faced smaller opponents in the past, such as Floyd Mayweather and Amir Khan. And that's all, guys. We will see you in the next video in which we will talk about some more news related to MMA. So till then, do whatever you want.